Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Dave C's G.I. Joe Commentary. In this episode, we're going to talk about the 1987 Croc Master. Here's a real-life Croc Master pet. This is Curdy, and this is in his natural cage. Croc Master is Cobra's reptile trainer, and at my house, he's in charge of training this giant lizard. He's the biggest lizard on Cobra Island. So here's Croc Master down in the pit, and here's the actual crocodile that came with him. And it's not as big as my lizard upstairs, as you can see, but still pretty intimidating. And again, I know I always say it, but this is the year when G.I. Joe kind of went a little bit more sci-fi. 86 was kind of the first year, and then 87 definitely. And this figure came out in 1987, so this guy I always tried to find in the stores back in 87, but every time I seemed to go there and look, he wasn't there. He's one of those guys that I just couldn't find. I thought he was cool right from the get-go. I thought he was cool because I just liked him. I liked his paint scheme, and kind of that he would be like a pretty tough, big, huge guy that kind of rules the swamps, and you wouldn't want to mess with him. So, but yeah, I guess I set up this guy here behind him because that was the guy that I kind of settled for instead of him. That's Big Boa, who's the Cobra trainer, who is a pretty cool figure in himself. But it's not that I didn't want Big Boa. It's just that I couldn't find Croc Master. So I remember going home with Big Boa one day at the mall, I guess is what I'm trying to say. He first appears in G.I. Joe number 72, which is up here. And there's the cover there. It's got Tunnel Rat on it. And I believe it's page 6 where he makes his first appearance. And it's on Cobra Island. And this is interesting because I was just talking about my imagination as a kid, thinking how cool this guy would be just by looking at his box art or card art. And I pictured him kind of being in Zartan swamps, like in the Everglades. And first I thought he'd make a cool dreadnought, and I sort of pictured him being that. But it turns out that he was actually in charge of the swamps on Cobra Island and guarding them with these crocodiles. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, so here's Larry's rendition of this guy. I guess when the creators of the figures and the execs up top dropped this character on Larry's desk, he wrote the file card and then quickly had to get him into the comic books, probably as fast as he could, just like all the other characters throughout the years. But I think he did a good job with this guy. He looks pretty intimidating, and there's a neat little story here about how he stumbled across a fire. And yeah, pretty cool. There's the panels there. It kind of leaves you to imagine what's going to happen next in this issue, because it doesn't actually have him anymore in this issue. Instead, it focuses on Star Viper. And there's a Star Viper there. And this issue is actually really cool. I don't know if you guys don't have it, you should get this one, because just with the Star Viper and what's going on Cobra Island, I thought that like this issue alone could be a G.I. Joe movie, because just the way they have the Star Viper in it. And there he is there with an AC/DC shirt. And I remember thinking when I first read this back then that it could be like that Stephen King movie, Maximum Overdrive. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it's got Emilio Estevez in it, and the soundtrack is all AC/DC music, like Who Made Who and different stuff. But anyway, that's for another day with the Star Viper. There's a Star Viper there. He came with the Star Stiletto, which was a space shuttle. But yeah, anyway, back to Croc Master here. He also appeared first in G.I. Joe Yearbook 4, which was around the same time as issue 72. There he is on the cover. Let's just double check that. 72 came out June 88, and Yearbook 4 came out February 88, it says there. So I guess this first actual appearance is right here on this cover. And I think I have it marked here, first page that he's on. And here it is here. Larry has him kind of pretending to be a crocodile in the swamps there. And what he says there kind of goes along with the file card. I just read the file card over here. And yeah, he ends up fighting the October Guard in that issue, Russian KGB types. So, but yeah, I won't spoil that one for anybody. But here's what his file card read, and I have it in this Order of Battle Cobra edition, which has all the Cobra guys in it that Marvel put out. And so it says, codename Croc Master, Cobra Reptile Trainer, file name unknown. A casual visitor to Cobra Island might find his access to certain areas blocked by a maze-like system of shallow canals. These interconnecting waterways are abundantly stocked with ravenously hungry, man-eating crocodiles, which have been deliberately bred and conditioned to be hostile, psychotic, and fast. The man responsible for these repugnant reptiles is Croc Master, a former alligator rustler and burglar alarm salesman who founded Gators Incorporated, in an effort to commercialize the use of alligators for home security. So I'm pretty sure that Larry's just poking fun by now at pretty much. They're probably at this point just throwing characters at him left, right, and center on his desk, and he's got to fit them into the book. So and write the file cards. So he probably wrote that one pretty quick, but it's funny, so got to give him that much. And yeah, there's the part about what he does when he's not in the swamp, and kind of how he's in a bathtub of water and stuff. Going back to this piece here when he's first introduced. But anyway, this guy didn't appear in the Sumbo animated series because it was already canceled by then, and he wasn't in the G.I. Joe movie, the 1987 movie with Cobra Law and all those wacky guys. He was left out of all that, and in my opinion, he should have been in it, Cobra Commander with battle armor, as the imposter, the Fred series Crimson Guardsman. And I would have liked to see this guy in there. He would have been cool. And even Big Boa, the Cobra trainer. I thought would be pretty cool. He could fight Sergeant Slaughter or something. But anyway, that didn't happen, and Buzz Dixon explains what happened with that on the G.I. Joe DVD. He does a commentary over it. It's an option you can do if you have the certain DVD, and he explains all about how he was kind of forced into doing Cobra Law. Like, that was his worst idea that he thought, but then the producers jumped on it right away and wanted him to do it. And because of that, he kind of had to leave out certain characters from that year, and he had to put in certain characters too that maybe he didn't quite want to do. But anyway, so that's what happened, and that's why the movie is what it is, and that's why guys like Croc Master, who this review is about, is not in the film. Yeah, but as a kid, I guess I was about maybe, 13 at the time. I saw the movie, and I didn't hate it. I just kind of scratched my head at a lot of stuff. And when you're 13 and you're scratching your head at something, it obviously isn't really delivering. So, but yeah, I mean, it was good for what it was, and yeah, looking back on it, without being too negative, I think that they could have done any of the previous 5-part cartoon series movies and released them into the theater, and they would have been ultimate successes, I think. I think maybe the biggest success would have been the 1985 The Pyramid of Darkness 5-parter, put together for one film. It would be like a hour and 40-minute or so movie, and yeah, I think that would have been something really, really good. And the other ones are good too, like Revenge of Cobra and Mass of Ice, but maybe they were a little bit too early to go to a theater, like a Transformers movie did. But yeah, and then Rise Serpentor Rise, which is a lot of people's favorites. That one would have been good too. And I particularly like that one because it still has Cobra Commander in it. Even though they brought in Serpentor as the leader, they still kept Cobra Commander in there, which made it pretty interesting.